Joining me now, though, a writer for a brand new network, social networking site, Oregon Ducks fan social networking site to be exact, DucksEmpire.com. Erik Gundersen, a writer for DucksEmpire.com, a good friend of mine as well. Erik, thanks for joining me in studio. I know you live down in Salem and you go to school in Eugene, but I appreciate you taking the time to come up here.
Thank you for having me on there, Jordan.
Well, I wanted to ask you about this. I mean, I think this is really cool. You had text me, this website just opened up on Monday. It just became available on the internet. And I think social networking really is taking over the world. You know, it's how you get your news now. You know, we talk on Facebook. We were chatting on Facebook before you got here. Mm-hmm. You know, I get stuff on Twitter. And MySpace a few years ago really kind of started this whole wave of social networking. And it's just ridiculous how you can communicate with one another now over the internet and get real-time updates from someone wherever they may be around the world. And it looks like you've taken this concept and really spun it into ways to be a Duck fan, but be a Duck fan around other Duck fans. Tell me a little bit about this website and what your goal is.
Well, our goal with DucksEmpire.com is that we have a community of Duck fans, and we know it's a big one, but the main goal from this site that we want to get is that
Strong is calling me.
We, we've got the community, and we know it's big, and we want to not just know people in an online setting. We want to come together online and offline and be a part of the community and have our own community of Duck fans on and offline. We interact in the chat rooms. We interact the writers. We're not here to pontificate, but we're here to have a conversation with all the other members of the Ducks community. It's a place where if you're a fan, you can voice your opinion, you can be heard, and you can interact with our writers and see our videos and our original content that we have. And then also we are going to be having events where we can meet up. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be having a meetup at Fathom's Bar in Eugene. And
wow.
There we're going to get together and talk Ducks and get to know everyone that's a part of the online community. You became the 500th member of DucksEmpire.com.
Wow.
And since Monday, that's a pretty good number right there. So we're pretty proud of it.
So 500 members in just over 5 days. Now, I'm assuming you want that to grow. You know, Duck fans, you seat near 60,000 at Autzen Stadium every Saturday just for football games. So, that's probably a decent number to shoot for right there. But I know you guys have some very high goals. Now, you're talking about this Ducks community here. You're wanting to outreach to these people. You know, what kinds of things can they do on DucksEmpire.com? I mean, is it exactly like Facebook? I mean, what kinds of things? I know you can connect with each other, but can you write? Can you voice your opinion? What kinds of things can Duck fans do on DucksEmpire.com?
Every profile on DucksEmpire.com, it comes with their own personal blog. So when you want to get on there and if you are inspired to go put yourself out there and voice your opinion and, talk about things that you want to talk about, you've got your blog. And then if the editors like myself and others on the Ducks Empire staff think that is a really good piece that everybody should read, we'll feature it. And, so everyone has their own voice. We have a ongoing chat all day. Never not stop talk about Ducks. We've got the countdown going, 27 days, 23 hours until the kickoff at Cowboys Stadium. And we've got lots of great content. And the thing that separates it is that the fans and the members of the community, they're not just seeing some guy talk about the Ducks and voice his opinion and read it and then whatever, they're done with it. They can actually interact with that writer. And that's a really different aspect that we have that we think will separate us from most sites.
Erik Gundersen, writer for DucksEmpire.com, joining me in studio. Now, not only is it a forum for fans to sound off and connect with each other, but you guys connect with players as well.
Yes.
Now, I noticed that you have an interview here with Spencer Paysinger right on the front page of DucksEmpire.com. Are you guys going to be doing a lot of that, connecting with players and maybe even some coaches?
Yeah, we definitely plan on doing that. We had Barbara Titus. She had a great interview with Spencer Paysinger about, Chip Kelly's coaching style, his reactions to what happened in the national championship game, catching up with him. We haven't heard from him in a long time. I also had a feature with Boseko Lukumbo and talked to him about his story from the Congo. He was born there, and he left there in the midst of their civil conflict, which is still going on today.
Wow. And
he now is, vying for that starting outside linebacker position with Josh Kadu. So, we got some great stories. We've also got the truth about Puddles, the duck, on the website. Everyone seems to call him Puddles, but his real name is the duck. And our writer, Riley Danford, goes pretty in depth about the history of the mascot, which is definitely a really cool piece.
Talk a little bit about your interview with Lacumbo. That's really cool. Coming over from the Congo, now he's ended up in Eugene on one of the best football teams in college football here in the NCAA, vying for a starting spot at linebacker. What were some of the coolest things about talking to him and the coolest parts of his story and his travel over here?
It was just a really interesting story. He was born in Kinshasa, which was formerly known as Zaire. It is also the same city that the Rumble in the Jungle took place. That's romanticized more than anything else in sports, or just about as much. He came over to Canada in 1996, after his father had completed his master's degree at the University of Sherbrooke in Quebec. And then after completing his master's, the Canadian government allowed his father to sponsor Boseko and his whole family to come to Canada. And then they lived in Canada. He went to school in Abbotsford in British Columbia, just a couple hours north of us. His junior year, he came to South Eugene High School, and was just a stud all over the place. And then, he came to the Ducks. He redshirted his freshman year. Last year, he made a lot of big contributions, scored a touchdown against Arizona State that kind of sealed that one. And he's always kind of in the moment, and we believe that story of him coming from the Congo, his father getting them out, and it's just one of those stories that you don't hear of every day. And it's really exciting, and we're looking forward to seeing what he does on the field.
That's really cool. Now, I know that there's a Blazers website, pinwheelempire.com, which I think has a similar idea. Did you guys take from this and did you try and make it better, in some aspects? Because I love the interactive points of this website. I see there's a live chat going on right now. One of your members, Brandon Mitchell, saying that I'm your 500th member. How ironic, So you can talk with these guys real time, other writers and other Ducks fans. Did you steal some of these ideas from pinwheelempire.com and try and build on them to make it better?
I mean, it wasn't really stealing. They're part of the same network.
Okay.
It's the Empire Networks, which is right now it consists of two social networks for sports fans. So we've got Pinwheel Empire for Blazer fans, and then there's also Ducks Empire for Duck fans. And a lot of the same things came from Pinwheel, but we're trying to build off that. We also know that the Ducks community is huge and extends much farther than the Blazers community, and there's going to be lots and lots of members, and we think that Ducks Empire is going to be a great site, and we're looking forward to putting out more great content and having conversations with the members of the online community and hopefully meet them offline as well.
That's awesome. Erik Gundersen from DucksEmpire.com joining us here on Game Day on Sports Radio 750 The Game. Anything else you want to get out there about this website? I just joined. I think I'm going to get a lot more involved. This looks really cool. I'm going to get to read a bunch of different content from you and a bunch of your fellow writers and a lot of Duck fans. And for me as a sports radio personality, it's going to be great to come in and check on things like this. I'm going to be able to connect with listeners, and I'm going to be able to connect with Duck fans in a lot more of an intimate setting. Is there anything else that you want to get out about DucksEmpire.com?
I've just encouraged people to come check out the site, read our content, have a conversation with the other members of the community, and then hopefully once you become a member of the online community, we can get together offline at our events. We're going to have lots of contests, which we're going to have lots of Nike gear given out, and we're really excited about this, and come join the community.
All right, Erik Gundersen from DucksEmpire.com. I appreciate you coming up here, taking the time to explain a little bit about this new website. I think it's really cool, and you've got something great here, man.
Thank you for having me on, Jordan.
Good stuff. Good luck, and I hope that you guys get a couple of thousand members here at least before the Duck season starts. Give it a month or so. You guys will get a few thousand people at least.
Let's hope so.
That's awesome. DucksEmpire.com, Erik Gundersen, a writer for a brand new Ducks fan website, the social network for Duck fans, as their website says, and that's exactly what it is. We've got to get out to commercial break, though. Jordan Schultz and AC Coleman in with you for Game Day. When we come back...